Once upon a time, there was an average person named John Doe in a world not too different from ours. John worked full-time, paid his bills, and tried to save what he could for retirement. But for some reason, John felt he lags behind. John constantly saw his friends on Instagram boasting new wheels and expensive trips he couldn't afford even after retirement. John couldn't understand how they managed it in the current economic situation. The answer is simple. Like many others, John was unaware of some critical financial statistics that could change his perspective on his financial health. Today, we're taking a closer look at the financial statistics of the average person. Warning, these numbers will shock you. My name is Alex, and the purpose of this YouTube channel is to help you reach financial independence as soon as possible. If you find this helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. It's totally free. Now let's get back to the video. Let's begin with median income. According to recent data, the median income in the United States is around $68,000 per year. While this may seem like a substantial amount, it's important to remember that this figure is an average, meaning that there are significant variations in income levels across the population. Our buddy John was surprised to learn that he was making slightly above the national average, as he had always considered himself an average earner. However, upon reflection, he realized that his income level did not reflect his financial well-being at all. He'd been living paycheck to paycheck without saving much for emergencies or retirement. John also realized how much other factors impact his financial health. He worked in an industry with high turnover and limited advancement opportunity, meaning he could not increase his income significantly over time. Plus, the city he lived in was considered a high cost of living area, meaning his income might not go as far as it would in a lower cost area. Despite these challenges, John was determined to take control of his finances and improve his financial health. He started by creating a budget to track his income and expenses. By taking a closer look at his income level and understanding how it fits into the broader financial landscape, John can make meaningful changes to his financial situation. Financial stability and peace of mind are so close. But hold on, John, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Next, let's talk about Social Security. The average Social Security benefit for retired workers is around $1,500 monthly. This shocked John, as he'd always assumed that Social Security benefits would be enough to support him in his retirement years. That's not enough for the Bahamas. Reality is even harsher. For many Americans, relying solely on Social Security benefits is not enough to cover their basic expenses in retirement. Housing, food, healthcare, and don't forget about unexpected expenses like medical emergencies or home repairs. This will quickly deplete any savings they may have. John was one of the many individuals who realized he needed to start thinking about other ways to save for his golden years. He recognized that Social Security benefits alone would not be enough to support him in retirement, especially given the rising healthcare costs. John started taking proactive steps, avoiding unnecessary expenses and prioritizing his retirement saving goals. He started tracking his spending and identifying areas where he could cut back. Gas went up, John could easily cover that 15-minute trip to Starbucks on foot. Wait, how much did you spend on Starbucks this month, John? Yeah, it's okay. Everyone needs a coffee refill. But how about one bagel per week instead of 2 every day? Great, now we're talking. That will save a couple of bucks. Speaking of saving, let's move on to net worth. The median net worth of the average person in the United States is just over $121,000. While this may seem like a lot, it's important to remember that this figure includes all assets such as homes, cars, and retirement savings. For many people, their net worth may be significantly lower than this amount. John realized he needed to look closer at his net worth and determine how to improve it. He started by assessing his current assets and liabilities, the value of his home, his retirement savings, and any outstanding debts. He added his income and expenses balance to determine how much he could save each month. John quickly realized that his 9-to-5 grinding won't take him far. Not close enough to the Bahamas, somewhere in the middle of the ocean. John started exploring other ways to increase his net worth over time. He looked into investing in stocks, mutual funds, and alternative investment options such as real estate and cryptocurrency. While he knew that these options carried some risk, he also recognized that they could provide a higher return on investment over the long term. By taking a closer look at his net worth and identifying ways to improve it, John was able to build a stronger financial foundation for himself and his family. He realized it's never too late to change your financial situation positively. That small step can add to big results over time. Way to go, John. But before we move forward, tell us, John, what's your debt? I know it's personal information, but we need it to move forward. According to recent data, the average American has around $90,460 in debt. This includes everything from credit cards to student loans to mortgages. This level of debt is a major burden for many people. For some, debt can become a cycle that's difficult to break out of, as high interest rates and fees can make it hard to make progress on paying down balances. John was shocked to learn that he had over $20,000 in credit card debt alone. He knew that he needed to take action to pay down his debt before investing in something else. Carrying such a high balance on his credit cards was costly in terms of interest and fees and negatively impacted his credit score. While a lower credit score could make it harder for him to access future credit or qualify for loans with favorable terms, John planned to pay down his credit card balances as quickly as possible to start tackling his debt. He looked for ways to increase his income, joined Fiverr as a freelancer, negotiated a raise at work, and took a part-time DoorDash hustle. All the money he saved or earned went toward paying down his credit card debt. John also explored other strategies for reducing his debt, such as balance transfers to credit cards with lower interest rates or working with a credit counselor to negotiate with his creditors. By taking control of his debt, John took a big step forward achieving his financial goals. He knew there was one last thing for him to cover: retirement savings. According to recent statistics, the average person has just over $100,000 saved for retirement. While this may seem like a decent amount for the Bahamas and maybe even the Canary, financial experts suggest that retirees need at least $1 million saved to live comfortably. Besides basic living expenses, retirees will have increased healthcare costs, unexpected expenses, and potential inflation. This is how life works. John realized he needed to start saving more aggressively to provide him with the lifestyle he wanted in retirement. He started by creating a retirement savings plan, calculating how much he needed to save each month to reach his retirement savings goal. John regularly monitored his retirement savings account and adjusted his contributions to ensure that he was on track. He also took advantage of employer-sponsored retirement plans, such as a 401k and IRA, that offered tax advantages and matching contributions. John knew it would take time and discipline to reach his savings goals. Still, he was committed to making sacrifices to secure his financial future. Following a sound savings plan and seeking advice from financial experts, John could take control of his financial future and achieve the retirement he had always dreamed of. So, what can we learn from these eye-opening financial statistics? It's clear that many of us, including John, need to look closer at our finances and making changes to improve our financial health. From saving more for retirement to paying down debt, we can take many small steps to improve our financial well-being. It's never too late to start, and the sooner we take action, the better off we'll be in the long run. But what would you begin with on your journey to beat the average person's statistics? If you want to learn some surprising facts about millionaires and what's stopping you from becoming rich, then click on the video that's popped up on your screen, because you can't miss the chance of learning more valuable knowledge completely for free.